Hello everyone and welcome back to another Television 2 video today with another exciting cast, and with this one we finally return to back to normal with my regular upload schedule. And again, of course, sometimes a live cast might be done in favor a cast might be dropped in favor of a live cast instead if I don't have the time for it. But yeah, today we have game 2 between Jaapaasa and Luna here on Kostritsa. This is a really cool map, and we have two very interesting divisions here. None of the new ones this time, but Jaapaasa is being good old third mechanized, and Luna is going ballsy with 14th infantry. But we know Luna, I really wonder if he can even perform well with good divisions, or if he's just going to be the absolute true master of the game if he plays those good divisions. So this is an interesting one. Now, for both players, this is, of course, deciding as always, but Jaapaasa is down one game. Luna has game one. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. I can really recommend it, even if you know the outcome. Absolutely fantastic game. I've been told that this one's even closer. And yeah, but so far Jaapaasa has had a win and a tie. Luna just got some games done as well, but those I want to still cast, so I'm not going to spoil the result. So for both players, still a lot is open, but this win, I would say, at least for Jaapaasa, since this is his third opponent, will definitely decide on which track he's going to go. Chance for making it into the playoffs or not. And now with that, we go to the decks. And we're going to start with 14th Infantry, a very odd pick, because this is a not so good division. We don't see it very often, for good reasons. So I'm very surprised to see it here, actually. And there's more surprising things to be coming. You might already have spoiled the one or two. So in the recon tab, we do have the Fusilier DP, which is recon. I guess he wants to use it for fighting as well, maybe, because otherwise there's cheaper recon available to you. Of course, it's not a massive difference, but it adds up. Infantry tab, this is where things get interesting, because first of all, 73 infantry for balanced with an infantry that with an infantry division that has cheap infantry is not that much, right? So this is very surprising to me. None of those are leaders too. And again, many of those are not super expensive. He brings a decent amount of CQC with the Strostrup in A phase and the Strompire. Otherwise, it's just regular Kandier and Sicherungs, also in C phase. However, B phase is interesting. He also brings the new Big Light, or the newly buffed Big Light Pannier, which now you get 4 off instead of 3. And in B phase, we get to see the Big Light Pannier, so I'm very curious to see how the MP44 performs now. But no actual other line infantry. I mean, this you can kind of see as a line infantry, but it's not the best line infantry. And then a Pannier SVT. So this is, B phase is interesting. Because we don't really have a ton of line infantry. He brings 2 leaders though, and a commander in the support tab. Tank tab, all single vet, which is not something that a lot of people do. So there's that. He brings all the cheap Stücks, by the way. In the support tab, we see the Stück 3E, and then we see the Stück 3F8 in the AT tab as well. Other than that, nothing out of the ordinary. Ersatz MG, which is really nice because you get good availability. Your usual AT guns, the usual AA. Artillery Tembi starts with medium artillery right off the bat in A phase with the SK-18s. He brings the off map, of course. Air tab goes very spammy. He doesn't take the cluster plane, which I would have expected him to do, maybe as sort of a fail-safe in case you get bullied too hard by the armor in the town, but I guess this is no concern for Luna. So definitely curious to see how he intends to play that. And I think we just go over to the next one. And that one we know very well, of course. It has been very popular in a recent time, and especially Jaapaasa is one of the players you don't want to give that division to, because he is really good with some of these Soviet divisions, including third guard mechanized. So major mistake there, in my opinion. In the recon, we have nothing special except for the Valentine 10 Rozvedka, which has been newly added to the division, which sucks because you get even more Valentines. It's not like this division doesn't have enough already, but Jaapaasa brings it, of course. Why wouldn't you? But otherwise, the usual stuff: Rozvedka, Karadushka, T34 Rozvedka. Infantry tab, nothing out of the ordinary as well. Jaapaasa is going aggressively with superior PPSHs. This is not uncommon for him, and the rest is pretty much the standard. We have, of course, 2 net worth units, the Partisani and the Partisani DP. Partisani is just a nice little chunky CQC unit with a Molotov, and the Partisani DP is just a better double machine gun unit, which is also really nice. And the rest, yeah, pretty standard. Tank tab, also nothing special for this division. He brings only one card of Valentine, which I can understand since he's not a very armor-heavy matchup, probably. So he, I guess, just doesn't see a use for more, especially since he has one recon tab. Anyway, support tab, also nothing out of the ordinary. We do have the 50 mils, of course. AT tab, also nothing out of the ordinary. I think you could take more IC-76s, but we only see the one. IC-85 might be needed to deal with some Tigers, of course. AA tab, also pretty standard. Artillery tab, pretty standard. There's not that much that you can take in the artillery tab anyway. I'm surprised he brings the arty spotter, but I guess that might be upon 1 point slot. That's why he does it. Off map, of course, for the town, very good. In the air tab, we do have one unit that is very noteworthy. That's the P39Q. This thing is actually really good. It is decently fast, and the rockets really do a ton of damage. So that thing could do quite some work. IL-4, of course, has big bombs, but that one needs to get through first. So overall, well adapted for the map, right? You have a ton of CQC in A phase, and in B phase you still have a good amount of the AFTOs. And then, of course, off map on this map is quite nice, as well as is all the lighter stuff like the Karadushka, the Valentines, and of course Sherwood's for town. So looks pretty good overall. Here we are again. Let's look at the deployment. So we do have a decently large push down south by Luna. We do have Staatstroop MP44, lots of those actually, the big light pennies. We're actually going to see the new MP44 performing in this area, hopefully. I'm very curious to see how this works. And then the Stück 3E. This is just so nice for support, some infantry. And then there's that MG. Interesting positioning. Does he want to, you know, cover off the road or something? I suppose it does. On Jaapaasa side, do you have a Kadushka coming in? Other than that, some Partisani, but they're going to be slow. Not that many, actually. It's a per PP6. It's probably going to go overwhelmed here. You do have the 50mm mortar, which is a massive force multiplier, though. Yep, that's about that. For the center, just the flamers, a per PPSH, and an SG-43. So he tries to hold here and then sends 2 units in. This is a classical thing that you sometimes do, just to see if you can maybe get the flag, and if you can't, that's all right as well. As for the center, so we do have a defensive deployment here by Luna. Probably the recon and a T. So let's see if they can actually stop this in time. And for the town itself, we do have a more defense deployment by Luna as well. He is going in with a lot of infantry, different sorts. One of these cheap support tricks. He does bring the FK-288, and Luna knows well how to use them as dual purpose. On the Jaapaasa side, we do have just some Dushkas and Valentines. Then a ton of regular infantry, partisan DP mostly, and flamers, as well as the 50 mils support. And that's about it. And again, the typical rush potential, just trying to see if he can get into some position early on. Up north, Jaapaasa, again, very light in terms of armor. Very rushy with his infantry. Not a lot of things that can actually... that can actually have some sustain. I should stop drinking like some Coke for a little bit of caffeine before the cast, because then I always have to barf. And I try to suppress it as good as I can. Hope you can't hear it. We do have... on the other side, yeah, some Staatstroop MP44, which can also do a nice defensive, like rush into defend this until the rest arrives. Panzerschreck there as well, but it's probably going to be needed. And with that, let's hit the start button and see where we go. So Kostritsa, of course, for the Jaapaasa side, a good place to push is over here, because you can get 3 flags in one relatively close area. Luna has to be a bit more creative. This is the typical flag where blue can push at the start, which is why blue's at a bit of a disadvantage, I would say. Now, what's really important here is that Jaapaasa has the side where he can use a lot of the forest here, which is where his better CQC, he has more from what I've seen in the deck so far. In A phase, maybe not so much, but overall, I think his CQC is still better. Where he can actually leverage it, because there's a lot of forest he can push into. The raided trade's also useful if you can get in here or like somewhere here. So that's where he has an advantage. But again, this is not something that I would count on in specific matchups against Luna, because Luna is an absolute maniac with these lower tier infantry divisions. He's an absolute beast. SG-43 might do some pinning here. This thing might not even be able to fire, and the flamer can just smoke off if your partner's paying attention. So per PPSH, gotta get down to the AT grenade. I forgot that he has this. 12-12 as this flag is grabbed by Luna, but Jaapaasa got... What did he get? Got to have gotten some... Oh, this one. Because this one does not affect the front line. Smoke has been going off. Interesting support here. MP44 units pushing through. None of them have AT, but this thing is open top, so that's not going to be the biggest issue. Partisan DP is not in a position where it can really do much. 50 mil is trying to get involved, but it's lagging behind way too much. And it's probably not going to do anything. So Purple Sage is trying to move in, probably to surrender whatever this allegedly has pinned, but it has not pinned anything. This flag lost now, but Jaapaasa has grabbed another one. If there's a pair of PPSH just moving in here, his aggressive pushes certainly pay off. Looks like his pushing force here has been stopped by the Strostrup MP44. Remember, they come in the horse, so they are fast. Jaapaasa now making a big push here in the town here. Stück 3 versus Valentine's probably not a good fight for the Stück 3, I would think. I think the Valentine will do well here overall. As, yeah, I mean, this thing... With the AP shell not really penning it, it needs the heat. And the Valentine has such a high rate of fire. Big Light Pen here is, I think, throwing TNT at the Kardushka by the looks of it. Yep, it is. Kardushka doing some pinning, not a lot of killing so far. Partisani coming in, however, they're slow. So I'm not so sure if this was the right call. It's possible that Jaapaasa will just lose them before they can do anything. Maybe the better call would have been to just go defensive here, accept the loss and push somewhere else. This thing here is now going after the SG-43. This is exactly what Luna is so good at doing. He's using those as artillery pieces as well. Here we go again. This time even in a radio range, thanks to the leader. It might be even within its own radio range. It is. Purple Sage here in a nice position by Jaapaasa. A very annoying superior position going down to the Sicherungs. Because armor here at the moment relatively... Well, useless is the wrong word, but it's stuck. It can't do much. There we go. Partisani is... caught off in the open. Big life pin here. Pin's nice and quick. Gotta say, as far as the pinning is concerned, this looks not too bad. Now, this thing can't really shoot back, so we can't see a real, like, pinning contest, but it didn't look too bad. Kardushka moving in. It's on a move order, not an attack move order. He needs to attack this ASAP. Partisani, yeah, I think Jaapaasa should have waited. Tango Zaniki is a good answer here, because they can actually get in without getting shot in transport. Yes, of course, the downside of slow transports, they really do matter. But Partisani, though, were saved, can now continue to move in. Some of these were engaged by I don't know what. Now stopped. SG-43 going down, so if Luna ever decides to put something a little bit further forward here, that could be very problematic for Jaapaasa. However, he has an AT gun here that can snipe that, prevent that. Kardushka moving in the town. This is what the Sicherungs can deal with very well, but not if it's pinned right away. Jaapaasa having another go with a... Oh no, it's just defensive positioning over there. So Luna in the meantime securing his off. See, this is the problem with his side on the map and a push that has come here by Jaapaasa. Because thanks to that push, Luna doesn't really know if there was any Rozvedka coming with it. So now he needs to make sure that he has units in place to prevent any potential sneak through attempt. Gladpennier versus Flamer and Gavada DP. Still gets a grenade off. We do have an Emcha now. This is going to absolutely shred over here. Because, of course, with all the infantry here, he doesn't need the cheap Valentine anymore. He probably needs the... What he is also... What's also the call that he made. He needs the Sherman that can actually do the work. More Stück 3 and Stück F8s are coming in, though. Cobra coming in, going after the Ersatz. Surprised it doesn't go after Daze, because this has been annoying him. Same, this one, honestly. K288 doing some more artillery work. Partisani are not a good range, as they're using their rifles now. Kardushka is re-engaging, though. Oh, Stück 3E misses. 45 mil not in the best position, but I guess he wants it in a position where it can... really only be seen if it also can, from a distance where it can also shoot back. Oh! A Valentine goes down to the Stück F8. Love to see that. K288 still being put to good use. More 50 mil has died. Tanko Desanik is moving into it. No Sicherungs in here, so the half-track can bully this quite a bit. Sherman gets a kill on the Stück 3E. Stück 3 F8 still around, though. 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 3 F8 13-11, and now we do have an enemy full 10 coming in. Jaapasa's push will be stopped here anyway, since his infantry is purely CQC. The non-CQC ones are only coming in. Oh, look at that damage. So the MP44 still does a decent amount of damage by the looks of it. It looks really nice. Now, so what they did is they put... so they reduced the damage and increased the suppression, but they also increased the fire rate slightly. Or I think the reload. Or decrease reload, something like that. So this nets out in not really much less damage. However, because this goes down with suppression in a real fight, it actually is less damage. But since this thing was not actually suppressed by these, they still do good damage, the MP44s, in such a case. Lushka versus FK288 was doing some good pinning, but the Gavada DP was helping, but just not enough, and the FK288 gets a kill there. Now, it's not an expensive unit, you know, it's not the end of the day, but still, it matters. Tanker here, Stark could move in, Partisan DP versus Big Light Companion, not a good fight. But this is important because this thing would have been the only thing that can really deal with the Tanko, and now the Tanko has free reign over here, can kill basically whatever it wants. 85 mil coming in, interesting choice. I'm surprised that it picks that instead of 37 mil. I guess he also wants to cover off the road. Oh, 40 Stück, 3 F8. That could potentially snipe at 85 mil. It just doesn't spot it. There's recon in front of it. Well, now it spots it. Jaapaasa has noticed. It's going to lose it. Oh, so lucky. And now the Stück needs to re-aim. This thing in APCR range? Might be. No, it is not. It's using... Misses though. No, it is in APCR range. They might waste APCR. Precious APCR. Going after the ME 410 now. Stück 3 not shooting it anymore. Interesting. And south, we do see, wow, these players are just hopping back and forth on the map. It's insane. We do see a row of Sturmpires coming in. Luna very determined to grab this. I mean, he has had a good pusher. He has a lot of tools over here. So it just makes a lot of sense for him to really try and seal the deal over here. I think he's also noticing that it's not going super well over here. So he decided to continue push over there because he needs to compensate the losses here somehow. And it's probably the way to go. 37 mil coming in. Stück 3 F8 still alive, so 85 mil did not finish it off. Tanko versus Sturmpire. Now, this one has lost both of its Molotovs, so it should probably lose against the Sturmpire, I would think. The other one, on the other hand, a different story. I'm surprised that Jaapaasa has not taken any attempts so far at getting back in here. I think he definitely can. He has the allied armor there. Ah, there we go. Partisani coming in, so he's probably clearing this out first, and then he slowly moves into the town from there. So we do see the attempt actually being made. Cobra came in down south, going after the Ersatz MG by the looks of it. Or maybe something over here. I have not seen, but this thing is falling back. Well, it's probably falling back from this, because I think the Cobra would have killed that. It does massive damage with its rocket. Barzar DP, just chilling there, but not much you can do. Well, 2-on-1 is 100% going to lose. Not much you can do. 2-on-1, this one will lose as well. So Jaapaasa is probably going to lose his hold in here and need some reinforcements. There's still a Tanko in just chilling there, not doing anything. Oh, never mind. Tanko is still... No, it needs to move now because of the bow flames. They couldn't finish one off. That would have been absolutely insane. IG-33 in here now, going after the 85 mil, I assume. It's probably going to just delete that. And down it goes. Yeah, I think it's just too inexpensive for a unit to... Wow, okay. This is nuts. I've seen this thing absolutely shredding and destroying tanks and whatnot, and now it's failing to kill an FK288. So I guess the Ersatz MG was the target over here. That's mind-blowing to me. So I guess it's just not super consistent. I've so far, I guess, only seen it perform well, and not seen the fails. That sometimes do happen as well. Tanko, if it's going to waste a precious molly on the Grenadier, that's absolutely going to suck. It does. It really needs that against a Sturmpire. And now it needs to reload, and the Sturmpire can move in. I'm not sure if that was anticipated by Luna. I think it is probably just luck, but if it is anticipated, absolutely crazy. And now the ME4 tank can get in. Bombing the Emcha. Doesn't look like it did a lot of damage. the bombs also landed next to it. Jaapaasa still calling in Aftos. A phase is over, it's now B phase, so Japan's income advantage is coming, and he has had the single tick. But he's definitely not clear yet. It's like he still needs to put work in. Flock Feeling now coming in here for this. Wow, okay. Is this to finish to get Fate? Is it going to finish it off? It does. Flock Feeling in an interesting position over here. I guess he hopes that he can kind of cover this a little bit and this, or at least if any planes come in here or over here, they will maybe fly into it and then get killed. You have to remember, this is something that 20 mils sometimes do, single 20 mils, if you spread them out. Like, sometimes they do not kill, not stop, but they kill when you then fly into them. So this is also an okay outcome sometimes. Second's moving in, should be able to deal with the Dushka. Partisan DP is the only thing that's holding this here, but there's not exactly a huge force here on Luna's side either. But he's following up continuously, but so is Jaapaasa with After. So I think Jaapaasa is probably going to hold this. I don't really see him retaking his flag anytime soon. I still want to hold this forest patch though, because it's really annoying, because then this flag is so annoying to hold if your opponent has this. You have to be very careful with how you bring reinforcement in, because you can easily, now it's locked onto these units, but it's so easy to just cut that off with 80. It's just frustrating all around, really. That's what it is. Half-track having a go at pushing forward. Finding the big Lycrandier over there. This thing does have an AT grenade. Sigrun is also moving in now. Is moving forward now to get the kill there. And down it goes. Buzz Pusher has been stopped by the air. Wow, never seen that spot. That's a really nice spot, actually. Damn. Marzani, though, and Tanko have been moving forward. Now he needs to follow up with some more infantry from over here. And he can still swing up north here from the town position. Korba having another go at the airsats MG. I guess he was afraid of losing the 45 mil. He's also losing his after. Partisani, oh, both afters dying. Yikes. Yeah, I just put them too far forward. And now the Shotstopper 404 is actually uncontested. It's the only CQC unit in town. Guevara DP coming. Yeah, I think Jaapaasa should just let go of this. Like, I'm not really sure why he was continuing to fight over this. The best call would have been just to pull this back here, have some support units in here, have CQC in here, and keep fighting over this. Because now he's probably going to have to fall back to this, which is not what you want. In my opinion, at least. So... Oh, another pusher by Pioneer SVTs and Shrimpis, which have been going down. Guevara DP pushing forward. Now we see the push from the other side, although he's still going into this position that the airsats MG was shelling before. Guevara DPs have been unloaded, actually reinforcing this now. Very nice there. Bunch of two looks now coming in though for the support. Rozvetka coming, T-34 Rozvetka coming. Looks like the Emcha has died, but there's still a Valentine. Cobra going after the FK-288. Flak Feeling is gonna kill that. Yeah, there we go. Down he goes. I'm surprised that it wasn't stopped earlier, but I guess it was just moving into position and was just like his vision was probably still obscured by obstructed, I think, by some trees, and that's probably why it shot so late. Because otherwise, the Cobra would have been forced off before it was killed. Might still have been killed, but it would have definitely been forced off before it could have shot at this. Looks probably going to die to the T-34 over here. I think the T-34 spotted it. Yep. Or did one of these with the AT rifles kill it? Possible. Another IG-33 in here is going to clean up this forest patch over there. Jaapaasa still only on a 13-11. Yes. These two flags and lost the other one over there. Now he's having a go at the airsats MG there finally. Down it goes. Tanko getting stopped by the big light gun here. Oh, look at that beautiful damage and suppression. I mean, MP44 would still shred before the patch, but it definitely looks like it's doing very decent at the moment. A410 coming in again. 37 mil has moved further forward, and there's a leader right next to it. Rozvetka pushing very deep forward. Karadushka having go as well. Looks like some of the armor here has died. Oh no, yeah, it's just shifted over there. My bad. After being killed, yeah, Jaapaasa is just really struggling with this. I'm surprised it doesn't just take a plane or an off-map or he has artillery pieces. They're not the best artillery pieces, but they're good enough. I'm surprised that it just didn't use them to clean it out. I mean, there's a reason why he waited so long. He obviously expected there to be something. 1410 though. Oh, off-map by Luna coming in. It's gonna that's gonna nuke the main force of Jaapaasa's hold/push over here. It's gonna be absolutely devastating. And it's a 210 too. I don't know how many volleys it has, but it's gonna hurt quite significantly. Jaapaasa is still losing the south as we expected. This is what we talked about. I think just digging in here with CEC and maybe some 50 mils would have been the smart choice here, probably. Still had this, or alternatively falling back to this, but he just kept contesting this in a way that was probably not a good idea. Off-map's going to come any minute, there we go, any second, rather. 50 mil goes down, a lot of pinning, Jaapaasa will be forced back. Is Luna following up though? It doesn't look like it. So unless the off-map does actual damage, Jaapaasa might be able to recover from it. Now, all the units getting low in health potentially, or multiple at least, can still make a difference. Looks like the off-map is done. No. But the 7 mil still alive, not even fully pinned though. Map continues. Did he take the slow rolling one then? The start didn't look like it. Now it's done. Yeah. No follow-up, not that many deaths, so not that bad at the moment. SU-43 came in to help, Gavadi also coming in. Amcha, this is what he really needs, I think. Right here to stop this now. 45 mil, not in a position where he can stop anything, so the Stück 3 can just move forward. Uncontested. Gavadi is still pushing way too deep. Yeah, I think Jaapaasa's done this multiple times now over here, where he just goes too deep with units based on where he thought he could go, but then by the time they arrive, they're just a little bit too far. And this is not, you know, this is something that we all know. I think it happened to all of us, but it is still very bad if it happens. Rozvetska and Amcha pushing forward here, so Jaapaasa actually just taking the north now, as he's losing the south, so doing the old switcheroo. Another off-map going down here on the next infantry blob. Luna carefully, oh yeah, digging those infantry units out, and this time things are dying, things are getting pinned, infantry is ready to follow up. Jaapaasa's hold here is getting thinner and thinner as we approach the end of C phase. And honestly, if you look at the map, Jaapaasa is not in that good of a position. Like, Luna has been trading very well against Jaapaasa. I think Jaapaasa has traded flags for actual units and points, just like in game 1 by the looks of it. Or maybe, I've not really spent any thought on that yet. 13-11 for a brief moment as the Pioneer SVT actually grabs his 2 flag. Now this can be fixed, is not the biggest issue, but it's going to hold up Jaapaasa here quite considerably, and it will add up. Oh, Amcha goes down to the Stück 3E and fails to kill it in return. That's a massive kill there. This thing paying off big time. Now, 20%, it's going to be more accurate since we're closer, but still, like, this is not the highest chance of penning, and it still does the trick. Oh, this is so rough for Jaapaasa. Very unlucky. That Sherman could have done a lot of work there, but now it's that Partizani. Again, just driving way too close. Just unload back here. Oh, it is painful to watch. Not because, like, Jaapaasa's a good player. It's not. But it's like, this thing could have suffered if there was any more than this left there. Ooh. Jaapaasa's push up north, though, looking way better. Now, Luna, though, has a massive, massive backline. Surprised neither of the players has artillery, because it has been stale in some areas quite a bit, like over here, as well as over here. And Luna has a good arty-tab, and he has a lot of it. Now, Jaapaasa less so, but he still has some artillery they can use for support. Like, it's part of the reason why Luna has not pushed considerably yet, is just, again, because he has mostly support tools, right? We have all the IG-33s, we have the Stück. He's making small infantry pushes here and there now, like with this and this over here. I think the big Lycran should absolutely destroy the flamer here. This big Lycran here, it's at a range where the MP44 can't really do much. IG-33 over here also being quite good. Wow, pushing really far forward with a 20 mil. That's really ballsy. Penny SVT might manage to get in here, and the Partizani can probably dig that out. But other than that, there's not much here. The Guard DP will not win against that. Oh, the Cobra can put a stop to that. Only pinning though. Damn, maybe they're not that good after all. So far, every time I've seen them, they have absolutely shredded, but not in that game. Might also be just, you know, a good old example of survivor's bias, right? So these are just the memories that stick and all the time stay underperform. That's what you don't remember. Maybe that's just that. Like Grenadier, losing out very clear. It's 2v1. Should go down. Jaapaasa gonna get another flag back. It's gonna bring it back to 12-12. He's still pushing up north here though. He still has the after in here, which should probably win against a bit like Grenadier. Although 12 man and the now decent MP44 is not to be underestimated, but it doesn't have shock, so the after does. Oh, somebody just died over here somewhere. Oh, now Resvetkas are pushing through. Still running low in other things that he's bringing those now. It's never a good sign. If people all of a sudden start bringing, oh yeah, look at that, and now the push into here is coming because Jaapaasa didn't have the unit here to actually hold over here, right? You need some units, supporting units over here, infantry units over here. You also need to put something in here. I think, again, this could have been prevented had he accepted that he's lost this earlier. But he was very determined on continuing fighting. IG-33 now, don't know what it's targeting. But yeah, I was going to say, it's never, unless you want to specifically sneak recon to backlines, if people all of a sudden start bringing out recon units, that's usually a sign that things are not going, oh. If Jaapaasa ever spots that off map, that's going to get killed. I can guarantee you that much. The IG-33, is going after T-34's Vetka at the moment just with HE. He can't really shoot back. Now, these are coming in as well, but all of these units have to get within range of the heat shell of the IG-33. Okay, which has been turned off, so it should be okay. The issue is if you don't turn it off, it's not going to shoot at the tank until it gets into heat shell range. Svetka here has spotted the Beobachter. Oh, it doesn't need to get a bazooka range. It has the rifles. But it's actually bad. No, it's not. It still goes down. Woohoo, that's a massive win there. Oh, Jaapaasa, big like Grenadier, having a go at the Rozvetska, getting killer off map, still goes down, but there's not much there. Sherman might still go down if things go badly. After going after big like Grenadier, somehow it has missed that, but this flag re-grabbed by Luna. Jaapaasa back to 13-11 though. Re-grabbed these flags, he's still holding these two. This one barely, but he's holding it nonetheless. Rozvetka now continues to move, but the RZ-7G has spotted it. Might move out of range very soon though, but there's more units over here. The Rozvetka probably won't be able to do much there. T2F. Oh, I had not noticed that. Flag filling went down. I was wondering why Luna was pushing so ballsily. And I was going to make a comment. I would never do that. It's so risky, but it's paying off. But apparently it didn't pay off, so there's that. IG-33 has been pressured by the T-34 85. And it's continuing to push. Cobra now going after Sigrungs here, so Jaapaasa actually thinking, by the looks of it, that he can make some use out of that, I guess, because since the PPSH can move in. Strict 3 F8 now pushing in. Oh, yeah, First Samuel has revealed itself for a brief moment, it's now on the run. Gvada DP here coming for some side shots. This is where Valentine's would be great. There was one coming, the problem is they're slow. There's a looks it though, the Gvada DP, you better be careful. Still 13-11 for Jaapaasa. Cobra up here did get the kill. Partizani here is pinned probably by this, whereas the Cobra, I don't know what he targeted, maybe the Pioneer that was hidden in there, or the Atiga that was here a while ago. D34 now having a go at the IG-33. Jaapaasa is not attack moving it, so, oh, the Cobra is chasing the ME410. Is going to be baited into the flag filling, it's going to lose it. No, flag filling is switching to TF, no, back to the Cobra. Is he manually targeting? No. T-34 is now getting attacked by the Stück 3 F8. At this range, I think the T-34 should definitely be favored. But the suppression from the HE shell will matter. And eventually I might just kill it outright. So, big engagement going on there. Stück 3 goes down. T-34 is going to have another go at the IG-33. How does the damage look? Not too bad at the moment. So I think it can tank another 1 or 2. HE shot. Emcha getting a kill on the Stück 3 over here. 2 Emchas now here, need to be careful. Panzerstrike is on the move. Luna is still... Yeah, Luna is still struggling to find his way back in. Tiger now coming in, so the open is pretty much inaccessible for Jaapaasa once that arrives. Like, he can't do anything against that. Really. Also, if you look at the map, it's not so clearly in Luna's favor anymore. I think one thing that I also forgot when we last time looked at it is the fact that Jaapaasa did have a lot of planes. Luna had quite a few himself, though. So, there's that. But now Jaapaasa's lost the second one already. And Luna doesn't have as much on the map anymore. So NDP is overwhelmed. I mean, this is trash infantry, but if you have a ton of it, that eventually does things as well. Oh, NDP gets absolutely deleted. Sherman going after the IG-33. IG-33 is not had the heat shell activated yet. D-44 having a go at the Tiger. Needs to run now. Goes down to the Tiger. So the HE shell did do the HE shells from the IG-33 did do the work here. And the MG-42 now pushing forward, grabbing this flag. Yeah, passes nothing here to grab that. He would need something in position that can actually stop this. Sherman could actually do it, but it's currently busy with the IG-43, which it just killed. And now I can switch to the MG-42. This is massive. This is massive. This is what he needs to stop it. Now, Luna still has about 20 minutes left, and he has stopped the Jaapaasa's push. He's down in tickets, but not as much as he would have feared, maybe. So, I think it's not looking too bad. He has lost his second off-map, though. Artillery is now coming in, however, and the command then. Surprised that we see this now. IL-4 is going... No, Jaapaasa's noticed that it is A, not necessary, and B, dangerous because of flag filling. So, he is moving it off. Also, it can have a way bigger impact over here, where Jaapaasa is actually close to getting some flags. Same thing over there. After going out to Begleiten once again, Stück 3. Oh, Sparling! And the T-34 85 goes down. T-44 76 goes down. Huge kill over there. The Panzer Shrek here is not alive anymore. None of these do have AT, so the amateur is relatively uncontested over here. T-33 though. Oh no, it's just going after the infantry there. Tiger now coming in for the town. This is wild. They pass it back to 13-11, but I do think Luna can actually start pushing back somewhat soon. Japan still has the IL-4. That I think can do a lot of damage. Also, it looks like it doesn't really have a ton of AT anymore. CXC anymore, and there's a Pioneer SVT here, which is probably going to be rough to get through for Japan, because unless he micros this, the Pioneer will just toss a grenade and the after's going to die. It's actually deciding to shift it over here. Interesting choice there. MG42 gets shred by the... Oh! Commander going down to the Sherman. Wow, what a loss. 37mm is not in a position where he can do anything against the ME410. ME410 misses the Sherman though, I guess just from the suppression from the 50 cals. Suppression actually matters a lot. I noticed that the other day when I played a game where my Rocket Typhoon, despite flew directly into single 20mm, did do not that much. But it was enough to actually spread the rocket all over the place, and the Typhoon not hitting a single rocket onto the tank I was actually targeting. So that suppression that the 50 cals do are adding up, it does make a difference. It doesn't force the plane off, but sometimes all you need with bombs that can be spread, or with rockets, all you need sometimes is just a little bit of inaccuracy that you get. A little bit of spread. Tiger now into the town, so the Shermans have to be very careful now. Now this is actually dangerous because the Valentine can overpen, and if it's really close, you can eventually get some flanking shots. The Valentine is cheap enough to pull that off. Also, this thing can pen it with the APCR. Two SK-18s now coming in though. Radio is here. It's nicely focusing this, so it's gonna dig that out. It's gonna bring him one flag back. It's 14-10 at the moment. Up north, we do see Aftos being pushed off. I don't think Jaapaasa can really get this flag back. He can try to air spam it, though. It's very exposed, and there's no AA here. And generally speaking, people focus on AA over here. And some over here if you're pushing. So, north is very often not really secured, but now it is. As I'm saying it, now it is being done. Partisani here should win against the Grenadier. He's trying to finish reloading. Out of Molotovs though. SC-76 is actually decent for infantry support. We see this just here. Jaapaasa still on a 30-11. The more part he still has of some of these guys. So it's probably his last CQC that he has. There's maybe another 1 or 2 units. T-34, 85 coming in. He might need that up close against the Tiger, but I think the Valentine and the SC-76 can actually do the trick there. SK-18 have done a good job at digging this position out, and now Luna can basically just outgrind Jaapaasa. He can't take his sweet time for it, but He can never do it. Flak filling is unloaded relatively far back, but if Jaapaasa actually tries to get in here, he's going to get a full burst off and probably lose his planes. Another one here, so anything that goes in there, unless it turns this way, will probably die. So it's going to get two bursts off of two flak filling. So Jaapaasa having all the forests here, but can't really get to the flags at the moment. Luna having secured this one now. The Partisani could change that still. Lux can definitely kill the SS-76, but the SS-76 can also kill the Lux. It really depends on which gets the fire first. Jaapaasa re-grabbing this flag, bringing back to 13-11 at the moment. There's not really much potential for him to grab any more flags, I don't think. This one maybe, but is a lot to ask for. And this one he might be able to re-grab. Now Luna, on the other hand, could start making use of his advantage in the open, which he is slowly advancing forward. This flag should be grabbable for him. This one could be in reach as well, but first of all, he's grabbing this now, bringing it back to 12-12. And maybe, I think he might be able to just ignore this. Make sure that Jaapaasa can't push through. And then he might be able to just, you know, go over the open, through the open here, or directly through the town. Either way, working his way into here, grabbing flags here and here. He already has the south, so it's looking not too bad for me. Partisani is probably, yeah, actually going to kill like Grenadier MG42, and then that would bring back this flag. I think Jaapaasa also needs something in here that makes it way easier to hold that flag. It's K18, having another bombing, another go at shelling this, but Jaapaasa going back to grabbing it. Tiger is moving. Jaapaasa is on return fire, and now he has turned that off, but now it's at a distance where the Tiger can't really do much. It needs to be very close, probably use the APCR. It's not that good, but I think you need to do it, unfortunately. Maybe it was also spotted and just is actually returning the fire. It is also possible, but in either case, this is now not really the distance you want to be fighting that at. 14-10 for Jaapaasa once again, though, with him grabbing this flag again. And having this now with the Partisani finally moved in. Rozovetka is getting killed. Yeah, I think Jaapaasa is just too aggressive over here. Again, he's not really stopping when he needs to. This thing probably needs to go back in here. SK18 still working on this, but Lux is now here to secure this flag. Valentine. Oh, Emcha goes down to the SK18. That's huge. Valentine gets a pen on the Lux. Oh, no. Tiger gets a kill on the Valentine, though. That's huge. This flag with the Lux falling back might flip again, but Jaapaasa already 13-11. It's not going to get T59 anyway. So, but it's still going to matter. Every second that he continues to tick down Luna, it means that not only is the distance, like the difference, going to increase, but also between the two, but also, of course, it's going to make it much more urgent for Luna to do anything. Sorry, it's going to make it much more difficult for Luna to get back, right? Because he has, it's more time that passes and distance more. Sorry, I was distracted a little bit. I was thinking about something with the artillery here. Because what's going to happen here, it's, at the moment it's slightly off, but this is a very target-rich environment. This is, I think, the only APs on the field by Jaapaasa. If that one dies, everything here is up to be air spammed, basically. Cobra is having another go, flying into the feeling again, might die here. It's smoking. Feeling is distracted. Yeah, he needs to keep the TUF a little bit in there a little bit longer so that the flak filling can have some shots that does this. But there we go. Flak filling gets the kill on the Cobra. TTF now gets way too close. This is no. This is too close. I think it might actually die as well. IL-4 now going in up north, but there's another flak filling, and I think it's going to lose that too. Jaapaasa is making a desperate push though. He wants the 59. ME410 actually on the back of it. Might get the kill here. No, it does not. But it is enough to stop it. Well, the flak filling does the trick. And he can't drop the bombs. It could potentially have led to Jaapaasa really grabbing this, but now he's not going to get that flag. Luna's going to get another one anyway. I think he's got this one back just now, so it's not going to be 59 anyway. C76 trying the best he can. There's the Stug, I think. No, the Tiger in this case. No, I think it was still the Stug. Going down there, Jaapaasa in the center very weak, and I think he's probably used all, most, if not all, his Rozvetkas. Oh, Black Filling versus Gavada DP, absolutely leads that. But I think he's used most of them is push over here and up north, so maybe he doesn't have that many left that can actually deal with Tiger up close now. Might be wrong though, but maybe not. Oh, episode not turned off. Stricto getting double teamed here, or triple teamed if you call the Gavada. Comes Gavadi as well, which I think is, yeah, going after it with the AT rifle. That's not going to go well for it. Tiger is now engaging, though. I know what it spots. The T-34. Okay. Again, line of sight tool is a bit wonky at times. Oh, no. The T-3045 is going to get double teamed by 2 Tigers now. This is definitely not what you want with this thing. It's not meant to fight Tigers at 2k anyway. But this one may have had a chance of penning, but the chance was not going to be very high at any point in time. Jaapaasa stopping. Oh, not really sure what he wants to achieve with that. T-45 goes down, misses the Tiger. But Jaapaasa still on the 13-11. Now Luna needs to mop this up quickly. And he's determined to do so now with a ton of Stuks. Wow, okay. I mean, Jaapaasa doesn't actually have a lot of armor that can do well against Stuks at range. And he's lost a considerable amount of it. It looks like he lost T-3045 in here as well, probably to the Tiger. Or Tiger-Stuk combo. And the infantry just can't live up to its expectations here. Can't do what it needs to do. Well, it's not that the infantry is bad, but it's just... it's stuck here. It can't continue. And now the Mercer and SK-18 blob are just going after the flag. So Luna very systematically going after the flag that he wants most. Slowly cleaning things up. 12-12 now. This flag lost. And it doesn't look like Jaapaasa has no chance. Like sometimes you see the American player in B-phase still getting some good pushes if his opponent kind of neglects some area, doesn't really reinforce the push super well. But this right here, this looks like Jaapaasa is not going to get back any of the flags he's lost. I don't think he has any chance of retaking this now. And neither does he have for this one. This one, once it finally falls, maybe, or probably not for long. And it's just going to get grinded down. There we go. Next artillery push. Next artillery support here. Gavada DP coming in for the center. Yeah, Jaapaasa determined to hold this flag probably. The question is just how long can he actually do that? Currently MG42 now moving in. Sherman is getting in here close. Pack 40 though. Gonna get a side shot on the Sherman. Sherman hasn't spotted it yet. Again, you need some infantry or other support stuff in there, in my opinion. After coming in, he has more of those. Okay, interesting. Gavada DP dying here. This flag might flip. No, it does not. It does. There we go. 13-11 for Luna. And I think from here it just goes downhill. The question is just how fast and how significantly, because at this tick rate, it is not nearly enough. And Jaapaasa brought it back to 12-12, holding this flag for just a brief moment. So we are at the point in the game where Jaapaasa needs to stall. Let's see how well he can do that. This is all that matters right now. Can he stall or can he not stall? Well, stall enough is more of the question. I mean, he can't hold anymore. And of course he can slow him down, but will it do? I don't know. And the Tiger now actually... Tiger up close, like this is absolutely nuts. But it seems to be working. SU-85 is now coming. They can deal with Tiger. Forgot that Jaapaasa has those. One of the last tools that he actually has that could potentially help him with those Tigers. Ju-88 coming in. Yeah, that's probably going to... And the ME410 is probably going to pin everything here. It's already pinned anyway, but... Some of them might actually die too. Nope. Or reinforcements are coming in. This flag now falling to Jaapaasa. There's nothing coming in. He might be out of infantry, considering that he has none coming in at the moment. It's also possible that he just focuses his points really on tanks at the moment, because, of course, the big cats here are a bit of an issue. Oh, this thing is going after the MG42. Partizani here still holding. 15-9 for Luna now. With 10 minutes to go, that could be enough. It's probably going to be a close one. Maybe he needs an 18-6. It's not 10 minutes, actually 9. So, this is... close call, close call. You better bring back to 14-10. Any second that he can hold a 14-10 now, or 13-11, or whatever. Anything that is not a double tick, and also not a triple tick, is going to bring him a little bit closer to victory. Before 10 having a go at the Partisani here. The problem is if this falls, that could flip the flag again. One more divided DP coming in, so it's not out, but it's running low. But that brings that flag back. So, I mean, this is what you have to do at this point. Oh, this flag, just a cheeky little grab there, but now it's falling. But yeah, Jaapaasa is doing what he needs to do now. He just need to find any flag that he can hold for just a moment. This one's still held barely, though. S85 in here as well, defensively. Stück pushing forward. The S76 is a nice little ambush position. Is it facing the right way, though? It is. That could be very deadly. SU-85s are now shifting. But this flag, well, the Partisani might be able to hold it as long as there's no infantry to come after it. This one, though, maybe a different story. SU-85 having to go at the Stück. It's too many here. Oh, SU-76 getting a nice little side shot. Another SU-85 here in flanking position. Or is it spotting the Tiger? It is spotting. No, it's spotting the Fusilier DP. Revealing itself. 76 bounced. Wow. Getting another pen. Going down though, SU-85 having another go at the Stücks. Still holding 14-10 for Luna as we approach minute 43. And it's still a 14-10. And it's not going to be enough, not even close. 7 minutes left, 1/3 of that, probably around here. That's not nearly enough. Crew killed on that Stück. If the SU-85 shifts to the other one, is it also going to do miracles? It does shift to the other one, which is good, but it gets penned now. This might have been the end of this heroic SU-85. These two went down against Tiger. Got a gun champ, though, so at least something. Oh, look at that front line over there. SU-76 goes down to the Stück 3, so this flag is going to fall. That's probably going to be the 15-9. And that's actually very dangerous because 2 more flags are close to falling over here. Which would be the 16-8 then. But Jaapaasa still holding some. Oh, Gevada DP here getting forced off by the Fusilier DP. I think it was just moving out too far in the open. These are coming in here, so this flag might actually fall. Any push over here could threaten this one as well. And all of a sudden, I think Jaapaasa's line here could collapse if Luna senses the weakness and goes for it. DTF providing Jaapaasa with some vision. But designing DP, oh, it's just getting shelled now. Yeah, I think Luna also doesn't have any more tools left to go after. He may have used up all his infantry. Gevada DP is still holding the flag. 15-9 though. 6 minutes around here, not enough. Yeah, more is needed. More is needed at this point. 45 mil in a desperate attempt to hold things. After is coming in a desperate attempt to hold things. Partisani with their bubble, keeping the dream alive. Oi. Gevada DP trying to stop the Fusilier DP. Tiger. Then should be the end of that. Rozvedka is moving in as well, but unfortunately not in the right spot as Tiger has shifted. This is a nail biter. This flag finally falling. Bring it to the 6-8. Luna might be cleaning this up. Gevada DP goes down here. Tiger. Rozvedka is moving in. I'm not really sure what it's doing because yeah. I know at this point they probably just want to keep it close to this flag in defensive position where it can hold. Where needed. After coming in, this flag being kept. Rozvedka moving in as well. M42. It's going after Stück. Gets a kill. Wow, okay. I think the Stück's gonna... No, it might not turn in time. And the after might be able to get the grenade off. If you unload it right now... No. If you unloaded just now, moved in, maybe would have been able to get the AT grenade off. Got a TP going after Tiger. Only Valentine now holding this flag as the Rozvedka is forced off, which can't hold the flag anyway, but the infantry is forced off as well. 17-7. One more flag for Luna. If it's not too late, and he might be able to do it. Where is he going to get it, though? I think Jaapaasa could have a go... Yeah, after he's moving in, he could potentially force this away and get in again. Gevada could maybe stall the Tiger at this point. I think it's just all about wasting time. 18-6, there we go. Jaapaasa not having anything that can deal with this flag. Rozvedka moving in. Oof. Unloaded in time. No, you need to push man now. Stück versus M45. This flag needs something needs to go there to hold this. It is not. This flag also falling. Jaapaasa's lack of pushing anything really in there and not pushing there is really coming back to bite him. And it's not going to be enough. He needs to stop this right now if he really wants to have a chance at winning. There's barely anything left on his side though. He's re-grabbing this flag. All he needs to do is fix this. But it might have been too late. And this one as well. I think he just put at the end, he made like small little details that made the difference here. Is things like not putting a unit actually in here. Things like that. Something is coming in here to hold that. Stück 3 gets penned by the Valentine. Valentine is now going for the chase. Things fixed over here, things getting fixed over there, anything fast moving coming in. I'm not even sure if he takes it because he has it and it is in the fast transport or because he really thinks that it can have a big impact here. It's a 45 mil, so it's good against tank, but I could also imagine that he just takes it because it has a fast transport and he needs to fix things fast. Back to 16-8. 17-7, 16-8 again. And only 2.5 minutes left. So if Jaapaasa can somehow miraculously continue that hold, he will still take the win. I don't think it's going to be enough. No, 3.5 minutes, it will be absolutely close. 45 mil, it's just, I think a little bit too fast. I don't know why you put it over there. Just put it here, man. You had the flag. Oh no, 17-7 again. And it's moving somewhere where it can't really do anything anyway. Oh boy. Valentina is being full pushed back over here. I really think what we're going to see here, unless he can close this and make this bubble collapse, I think what we just saw was Jaapaasa throwing the game. I think he could have had it just put that over here. Yeah, this is game over. This is game over. And again, he just put that in here where it wasn't the other Valentine there. He just needed to have something to keep the flags. Doesn't care about what he can actually do in terms of fighting capability. He just needed. So, ammo coming in for that reason, but now it's too late. That ship has sailed. That would have been what would have made the difference. He could have had here, and he could have won with that. But oh, and this thing now cuts it off entirely. Oh no, Babel's remerging, but it's too late. 24, 19.5, still not enough. He needs 2 more flags. Well, now he probably needs to stop it entirely to grab. So I think it's just the end. Luna cutting off everything here. Luna himself doesn't have a lot of units left either, like to call in. I think he is pretty much spamming out everything. Oh, but it doesn't affect the front line. Forgot about that. So, yeah. We're about to equal out. Oh, wow. Yeah, Jaapaasa calling in something else that can actually hold the flag. It's not enough. 21-3. Only 3 flags remain held by Jaapaasa. Partizan is doing the heavy lifting here with keeping this bubble alive, but he can't do much. Another encirclement going on here. Partizan here is too close to anything to still affect the flag. And Jaapaasa surrenders. Wow. What a game. What a game. And it was so close in the end too. Again, if Jaapaasa had put 1 or 2 units in better positions where they could just hold ground. They didn't need to do anything. They just needed to be there and make sure that the flag remains with him. He would have had this. But he did not. And he traded pretty good. I mean, if you look at it, like that difference in trade for a 50-minute game is very acceptable, I think, for Maverick, which will struggle in C-phase, of course, right? So it's pretty much expected. 1,000 points. It looked like Luna had way more. Then again, of course, he also got more income and Jaapaasa got less. But that is very acceptable at the end of the day, I feel like. But yeah, it's really just, it came down to holding those key positions and being a little bit more careful with what you put where. And he might have had this, but this way he now lost it. So congratulations to Luna. Very well played. We got 2 amazing games from him. So he's off to a good start with a victory. Jaapaasa is now 1 tie, 1 loss, and 1 win. So he really needs to be careful in his last game, I guess. Right, yeah, it's going to be his last one. I think he definitely needs a win. A tie might not cut it if he wants to go into the playoffs. As far as technology is concerned, Luna definitely got a good head start here. The opener, once again, putting him in a very good position. Jaapaasa was trading well afterwards, but was kind of struggling, and then was kind of, yeah. Luna still had very good trades for quite a while. Now, in this case, actually, some of the units that Luna has are very cheap, so some kills that Jaapaasa got were not massive, but the other way around is still true for some matchups as well. Sherman's dominating the town, as we've seen as always, and then the artillery started to show an effect. So in terms of kills, what do we have here? This thing was okay. Sherman Partisani were doing good. Partisan DP was good. No surprise there. The Cobra was not too bad either. Sherman doing Sherman things, more Partisan doing Partisani things. So a lot of good performing units here on your part. I mean, with that many kills on both sides, it is to be expected. Big Light Penny did well. We definitely saw that as well. I kind of couldn't focus too much on the MP44's performance itself, but it didn't look too bad. MP410 was absolutely spamming the crap out of Jaapaasa. I think him calling in this thing and then losing it to the IG33 instead of just buying a 37mm was a major mistake. I think could have gotten way more out of those AAPs if he just bought 2 37mm. Flag filling, yeah, that was huge. Jaapaasa lost too many planes there as well. IG33 did quite some work. The off-map got quite some kills too. The other ones, of course, the other one is a massive kill for Jaapaasa. This one killing 2 of those Cobras, that's huge. And then the Tiger, yeah, Tiger just doing... The Tigers were really just a clean-up crew here. Jaapaasa nothing that he could do against those. SK18 getting quite a few kills, also doing a lot of pinning, which you don't see in the stats here, of course. Stück 3 in the end also, yeah, I mean, at that point, anything can start cleaning up. Artillery, yeah, I think the artillery actually paid off quite big for Luna. So, a very, very impressive game, and such a close one as well. So, very excited. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and have a great day. See you all in the next one.